Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 8, Part 3. duḥkham ityeva yat karma kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet sa kṛtvā rājasaṁ tyāgaṁ naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. In the previous session, we saw the first reason that given by Arjuna why he doesn't want to do his prescribed duties, because he felt it involves hardship. One has to work hard to earn money to perform yaga, yajna, dhana, dharma, etc. And when Krishna said, no, you don't have choices, you have to perform your karma. Therefore, you need to earn money as much as needed to perform your karma. Then Arjuna came up with a second reason, saying that, by performing these karmas, it simply brings bodily discomforts, kāya-kleśa. Krishna, whatever you said you wanted me to perform leads one to torture their body. One must perform panchakala prakriya, abhigamanam, upadhanam, ijya, swadhyayam, yogam. Abhigamanam means getting up early in the morning and approaching the Lord to perform japa, dhyana, archanas, aradhanas, etc. This is very important that one must get up early in the morning. Not just those 5 days, Monday through Friday, it is throughout the week, throughout the months, throughout the years. That's going to be difficult, Krishna. Getting up in the morning is not that easy, Krishna. Early in the morning is the time where we really want to pull our comforter to the top and comfortably sleep. And I'm sure you will not excuse me during winter time. Next is upadhanam. After abhigamanam, after getting up and approaching the Lord, one must perform upadhanam. Upadhanam means collection of articles like flowers, fruits, etc. And the third is ijya, performing aradhana to the Lord. And number 4, swadhyayam, that is engaging in studying the scriptures, shravanam, kirtanam, chanting and reciting puranas, itihasas, stotras, etc. And lastly, during night time, yogam, linking of one's mind with the Lord and resting under His sacred feet. Then again everything repeats in the next morning. Abhigamanam, upadhanam, ijya, swadhyayam, yogam. So this goes on every day. That's a lot, Krishna, to perform every day. Not only that, Krishna, while we are performing, it has to be free of any mistakes, mantra lobha, kriya lobha, etc. Certainly, if you want to do things without any mistake, that certainly will take extra time. As you can see, Krishna, all these are very tiring. By keep doing these things, one will become weak. One may even become aged very soon. One may even get some health problems. If I become physically weak, it will bring distress to my mind. When the mind is distressed, put into such a discomfort situation, then I will lose the focus in meditation, dhyana. I will not be able to do dhyana. I will not be able to do any worship properly. Worship in any forms, whether it is chanting, whether it is studying the scriptures, whatever it may be. I will not be able to perform anything properly because my mind is disturbed. The mind is disturbed because of my bodily discomfort. The bodily discomfort is because I engaging my body in this tedious karmas. Finally, I will not be able to attain moksha, Krishna. I certainly understood. You gave a proper reason why I should be performing my karmas, even though there is difficulty in earning money. I understand that. I agree to that. But consider the situation that I am explaining now. It is really bringing a lot of pain to my body, which will disturb my mind. When the mind is disturbed, I won't be able to focus myself and lose the opportunity to attain moksha, which is the purushartha, which is the ultimate goal for human life. I better give up the karmas, nitya naimittika, the prescribed duties, so my body doesn't become weak. Therefore my mind will not be disturbed. But by doing this, the advantage is I will be able to focus properly and get proper knowledge, by which I will be able to attain moksha. Krishna smilingly said, Arjuna, very good attempt, but no use. Understand, Arjuna, this is not sattvika tyaga. It is only through sattvika tyaga you will get proper knowledge. That knowledge which required for one to understand the self, to understand the super self. By doing what you just said, to give up the karmas because of the bodily discomfort, you are not going to get that sattvika jnana. Therefore you will not attain moksha. Also, you have a very wrong idea that by not doing your karmas, you will be free of discomforts of your body. But that is absolutely wrong. Let me explain that to you, Arjuna. By doing your duties, daily duties, as prescribed in the Vedas, your nitya and naimittika karma, with trivida tyaga, that is kṛtvā buddhi tyaga, mamata tyaga, phala tyaga, though you may get tired, get some discomforts in the body, but I am pleased by your effort and sincerity. Therefore, I will give you necessary strength for you to perform your karma and remove the fatigue from you, so you can do it more enthusiastically without any discomfort to your body. Also understand, Arjuna, the ultimate goal that you want to achieve, the liberation, is not depending on your comfort zone or discomfort of the body. It fully depends on your sincerity, your bhakti with proper knowledge. Though a pregnant woman goes through a lot of physical discomforts, she takes it as a service to the child and the family. Likewise, when you do this as a service to me, I will give you the strength that you need. Therefore, when you perform your duties, it develops proper knowledge which leads to unalloyed bhakti, by which you can attain me. And there is no choice here, Arjuna. You got to perform your karmas. Enthusiasm is very important factor in the path of bhakti. You heard about Hanuman in Ramayana, right, Arjuna? In spite of a lot of difficulties, he was enthusiastically performing his services. He was not sitting idle in one place just simply meditating. He was fully engaged in devotional service, and his services involved some obstacles, but he overcame all the obstacles because he had confidence in what he was doing. He had full faith in Lord Ramachandra. Therefore, he was performing his services with full enthusiasm. As it is said in Upadeshamrita by Rupa Goswami, Utsahan nischaya dhairyat tattat karma pravartanat sangat tyaga sato vritte sadbir bhakti prasidhyati. There are 6 principal favorable activities towards pure devotional service. The first one is utsahan, being enthusiastic. Number 2, endeavoring with confidence. Number 3, being patient. Number 4, acting according to the scriptures, following the scriptures guidelines. Number 5, abandoning the association of envious people, non-devotees. And number 6, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas, the previous saints. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. After hearing all this, Arjuna asked a further question, saying, in Manusmriti, I remember studying, it says that one can give up karmas and perform jnana yoga. Etoktyaanapi karmani parihaya dvijotamaha atmajnane kshamecha shad vedabhyasecha yatnavan, which means one can give up karmas and perform jnana yoga. This is how this statement is being interpreted by those support giving up the karmas and directly jump into jnana yoga. But that is not the true message what Manu Bhagavan has to say, because he is not going to say something which is contradictory to the Vedas. What Manu Bhagavan is emphasizing is the importance of cultivation of jnana. So he says, even if one gives up karmas, one should not give up the jnana. That doesn't mean that one should give up karmas. It is to know that how important it is to attain jnana. That's all. One cannot take this statement saying, I will give up karmas. Just a crude example, saying that even if you don't go to job, you need to have money. Here, the importance of money has been given, not to say one should not go to job. Likewise, Manu Bhagavan was also emphasizing on the jnana factor, knowledge factor, certainly not discouraging the karma factor. Then Arjuna asked, well, is it only by performing sattvika tyaga that one gets jnana, knowledge, not by performing tamasa tyaga and rājasa tyaga? Krishna answered, well, no. Even the tamasa tyaga involves some jnana, and rājasa tyaga also involves some jnana, but they are not of the same jnana that received by performing sattvika tyaga. Arjuna was very curious to know, and he asked, can he explain that? Krishna said, well, later comes in this chapter, but I'll give you a preview of that here. In mode of ignorance, one gets viparita jnana. In mode of passion, one gets anyata jnana. In mode of goodness, one gets yatavastita jnana. Now, let me quickly explain what they are. Viparita jnana, having a total contradictory knowledge. Dharma to be adharma. For example, seeing a rope but thinking that to be a snake. Seeing a pillar in the dark place, thinking it to be a thief. So looking at one object but then thinking that object to be something else totally is known as viparita jnana. That is what the people who are in mode of ignorance has, whereas those who are in mode of passion has a knowledge called anyata jnana, seeing differences within the object itself. That is, they understand dharma, but they think by performing the karmas mentioned in dharma is not going to give happiness but gives miseries. Let's see an example. Seeing a white conch shell but perceiving it as yellow in color. This person understood that this is conch shell, unlike the previous one who completely change the object itself to think a rope to be a snake, a pillar to be a thief. But here, the person in Rajoguna understands this is conch shell. It is not a ball. But the problem is, he doesn't see the features of that conch shell as it is. Instead of seeing that in white color, he sees it as yellow. Like how Arjuna was saying that dharma is good. The karmas mentioned in the dharmas are also accepted, but they do not bring sukham, it gives duḥkham. This knowledge is called anyata jnana, where the person who is in mode of goodness has yata avastita jnana. He sees things as it is. He doesn't get confused with what he sees. The clear knowledge is what the person in Sattvika Guna has. When Tamo Guna is prominent in a person, he starts thinking that Krishna consciousness is adharma, chanting is waste of time, listening to lectures is useless, services are slavery. That means viparita jnana, considering what is to be the actual dharma of mankind to be adharma, and what is adharma to be dharma. Whereas those who are in Rajoguna doesn't have doubt on the process. He understands that Krishna consciousness is dharma. He doesn't see that as adharma. But instead understanding it to give us ultimate happiness, joy to our Atma, he thinks it gives distress. He thinks, I have to commit to the process. I have to follow rules and regulations. I have to chant minimum 16 rounds every day. I have to start following 4 regularity principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit relationship. I can't eat whatever I want. Now I need to make sure that I offer it to Krishna and then eat it. What will happen if I have to go on a trip, travel? What am I going to eat? Not only that, I have to fast on certain days. I have to do some services at the temple. I have to study the scriptures. I have to be servant of the Lord's devotees. If I do all these, then for sure I will physically become weak and mentally also disturbed. If I get mentally disturbed, I will not be able to focus in anything. Certainly I will not be able to develop jnana, knowledge, with disturbed mind and unfit body. I will not be able to develop unalloyed, single-focused bhakti. So better I don't commit to Krishna consciousness. Let me give up that dharma. I will not engage in such karmas. Arjuna, these are the thought process that comes for those who are in Rajoguna, who gives up their karma due to these 2 reasons. Reason 1, expenses involved in performing karma. Number 2, discomforts that brings to one's body. Therefore, I give up the karmas. This type of giving up is called tyaga, which is of Rajoguna, rājasa tyaga. Srila Prabhupada in his purport very nicely explains this one by saying, one who is in Krishna consciousness should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. If by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or if by raising early in the morning one can advance his transcendental Krishna consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. such renunciation is in the mode of passion. The result of passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, he never gets the result of renunciation. To summarize, Sloka 8, some do not perform actions, though they know that step-by-step karma leads to liberation. Why they do not perform action, even though knowing that's going to help them to get liberation, is because of the fear that it would involve spending money. Number 1. Number 2, it will also tire the body and thus cause depression of the mind. Why do they think like this? Why they have this anyata jnana? Because of rajoguna, which is prominent in them. So when one performs such a tyaga, giving up the karmas, then it is called rājasa tyaga. By rājasa tyaga, these people will not acquire the fruit that sattvika tyaga bestows. That is, they will not get the true knowledge, yathavastita jnana, to understand Atma and Paramatma. In the next sloka, Krishna explains about sattvika tyaga. Duḥkham ityeva yat karma kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet sa kṛtvā rājasaṁ tyāgaṁ naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. Namaste. Hare Krishna.